Mark, when is my stuff gonna be ready? She's been waiting. She's having a conniption fit because you won't hurry up and get her furniture home. Today is a very special day. I am pulling out of the house to head to my last day of work at my shop. Today, we are delivering the last 2 jobs, so that means I get to retire before August 1st. This is Thursday, I don't know, maybe a week, 10 days before then. Well, this is the very reason why for the last 10-15 years I've got up and gone to work at left the house at around 5:30 in the morning so I could avoid this type of traffic. But it's my last day and I'm not gonna let it bother me. This is the shop in its glory as we speak right now. Just a mess. But this sofa, a couple of chairs, a wing chair, those 2 cube looking things there, and a bunch of these pillow things are on one job today. And then these 2 sofas over here, this one and the one over there, go at around 1:30 today. And once I'm done delivering those and I come back through this door, I am done. I am retired. Unfortunately, I won't be completely done because this building will then become a new project. I am going to be cleaning it up completely as if I was getting ready to sell it. And I may keep a little bit of my equipment just for the purpose of, you know, if I wanted to say make a couple of extra bucks on the side, you know, I can still use the shop to do that too. So that's kind of where I'm at. But so in future videos, you may see me, you know, cleaning this place up and getting it to where I could sell it if I was ready to sell it. Because one thing I don't want to do is if I pass away, is I don't want my wife to have to deal with this. The fancy dentist place next door wants to buy this, and I'm going to assume wants to tear it down and add it to his parking space.
Well, if they didn't, call it that.
Well, technically today is my first day of retirement. Yesterday was my last day of work. Now, I work on Monday through Thursdays, used to, so Fridays was always a day off. You know, I planned it where I had 3-day weekends for the last few years, but so I'm not ready to call this, you know, my first day. I think that Monday would be a better day to call that because then it's real. You know, this is just a normal Saturday or Friday for me, and I'm gonna go play golf today, just like I usually do, or if I'm not doing that, I'm going fishing. So, but I guess you could say technically though, this is the first day of my retirement. And it is, I think, the 24th of July. Yeah, yesterday was the 23rd, my last day of work. July 23rd, 2026. For those of you who may be wondering why such an oddball date in the middle, kind of in the third of a month, well, I had planned August 1st to be my first day of retirement, but as a self-employed upholsterer, I wanted to make sure I didn't take on work that would go past August 1st. And because I've been itching to get out of this business, I was able to plan it where I could get finished a week early. Now, in an earlier video, I'd mentioned that I would be selling off my equipment to my apprentice and, you know, helping him get started in the business. Well, his plans didn't go as he had planned, and he was not able to come up with the funds to buy the equipment and everything. So that part's done. I am under no obligation to help anybody get started. So it feels like it's going to be a little more of a retirement than I had, it's going to be more of a soft start retirement, but it may actually be more of a full retirement now. Now, one thing he is going to do is rent my building, but he's probably going to go work at another shop. So I am going to at least get the income from my building, and we'll see how long that lasts, whether I'm going to keep renting it or if I'm going to sell it. But starting out, now the arrangement with him is that I still have access to the building, as he does. And, I could do a job or two if I wanted to. There's a couple of possibilities. I may do some cornice boards that I kind of talked about before retirement, and I really like doing those. So I may go ahead and do those. But my primary focus right now on the shop is to start clearing it out, cleaning it up, prepping it as if I were selling it, and then see about what it looks like to lease it from there. Last night we went out with some friends, and my wife had been planning on this, and she had got me some t-shirts. So as you can see, I'm wearing this new t-shirt about being retired. And you wouldn't believe what the friends were saying to me as we were parting ways. They say, "Congratulations on your retirement." Asshole. It's really not normal for me to get to fish on a Monday. I spent a lot of years self-employed, so really didn't feel comfortable taking vacations, because vacations don't just cost me, they cost, I have to pay for the employees too when I have them. So it gets a little expensive to have a vacation. Plus, you're not making money on, you're not producing anything. So between not producing and paying a bunch of vacations, it gets kind of expensive for a small guy, small shops, to be able to take vacations. That's why they don't really take a whole lot. Got this slight feeling of cheating right now. You don't, I guess your first days, you're always kind of apprehensive about what you're doing. The reality hits that you've closed your doors, and you're questioning your judgment. And I'm kind of going through that right now while I'm trying to enjoy fishing. So, you just do it. You just keep pounding away. Keep the days going. I've already, Friday, technically my first day. It was the day after I closed on a Thursday. I went and played golf with my son-in-law, give him a good thumping. And but that day it didn't feel like a real retirement, because that's just what I do every Friday. Now the cool thing that I'm trying to wrap my head around right now is the idea that there's no, I can go play on Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday or Friday, and even the weekend for that matter. But I don't tend to like to fight the crowds, so I let them have it on the weekends unless I join a club. And back when I was a member previously of a club, would play every Saturday morning in the Skins game. So I had a kind of a locked-in tee time and a group of guys to play with. So it was a lot easier to, play on a Saturday when you're, kind of a member at a club and, and set schedules and stuff like that. But trying to go out on a public course on a Saturday morning, not my thing. But you know, wifey's not is not retired yet. She's 62. She works about 30 hours at the bank, so she's not really full-time, but she is Monday through Friday and occasionally on Saturdays, every other Saturday. So I still am trying to work around somewhat of a schedule, you know, to try to get the time in for the things I want to do, and you know, and still spend time with her instead of being, you know, her going to work and then all of a sudden me being gone all the time. Just kind of one of the trade-offs I have to make. But at least I got more time. You know, instead of just, you know, it used to be that I could maybe go fishing on Thursday nights, play golf on Saturday afternoons, and then, you know, she had me most of the week and on the weekends. But I feel like I've got a little more flexible time now to schedule during the week in the mornings, because she works, you know, till 12:30. So, and you know, occasionally I can go ahead and play in the afternoon too. It's not like it's etched in stone, but I just wouldn't want to get in a habit of doing it every day. That could get, you know, problematic when you're in a marriage. But I certainly intend to do a lot more of this, you know, fishing and playing golf. It's kind of what this was all about. Just getting time to spend more time doing this stuff instead of pounding away 40 hours a week from 6 in the morning till 4 in the evening at my shop with hardly no windows. Just occasionally get to open the doors and look outside. I'm not locked down anymore to that. Sitting there doing a lot of talking when y'all weren't listening. I was just saying, I've been sitting here with this feeling that I may be doing something I'm not supposed to be doing. You know, you feel like you should be at your job or at my business. You know, I get this feeling that somehow I'm gonna end up having to pay the piper for being off today. I don't know why I feel that way, but I just can't get, you know, it's hard to get comfortable, I guess, starting out when you're first doing it. You know, and I got a feeling I'll, you know, with time, I'll get used to it. But right now, I'm just not, can't say I'm used to it. Oh, there's got to be one there. Come on, bang it. No. Yeah, I don't know how to feel about it. And then, you know, I'm going to wake up tomorrow morning, it's going to be the same thing. And it's not like I just took off from a day's work here. I mean, it was kind of an awesome feeling a little bit on Sunday when I sat there and thought, oh, you know, it's Monday, I don't have to go to work. In fact, I'm going fishing. You know, I'm the type that, well, there's something in those weeds banging on. See if I can hit him on the head. Boom, right there by him. I don't know. There's no way I didn't disturb him in some way. But no, I don't. Gosh, now I lost my train of thought. Guess that comes with this old age stuff. Oh, come on, boom it. But yeah, it was a whole different Sunday, whole different feeling. I kind of liked it, I'm gonna have to admit. You know, I sat there and all I'm used to and ever, it's just going from Mondays, to weekends, and then back to Monday. It's just, when you've done it so many years, and especially with very few vacations, it's hard to even enjoy a vacation. And I only only had 1 week a year. Not like a lot of people that get 2, 3, and 4 weeks. I only got the 1 week every year for, even when I worked for my uncle all the time, when I was, fresh out of high school, I've only had 1 week vacation. So, I don't know what I'm going to do with myself when I go to another Monday, and all of a sudden I've had 2 weeks that I didn't have to go to work. Wow. Just the thought. I mean, it's going to be weird for me. I've never done that I could ever remember. Like when you're out of school, for the summer, that's the last time I've ever had 2 weeks, more at a time where I wasn't going to some job or doing some responsibility. So this is going to be exciting, I hope. And I hope it's not, one of these deals where I don't enjoy it. I should be embracing it, but it's just not in my nature to be able to do this Monday morning. Good grief. This is where I'm at. I don't know what. Well, I hit that gap good. I just don't. It's the first day of retirement, and obviously it's starting off pretty good for me, just because I'm on the lake. No matter what's going through my head, I'm sitting here casting baits for fish, whether they're biting or not, and instead of at work putting up with interior designers. Mark, when is my stuff gonna be ready? She's been waiting. She's having a conniption fit because you won't hurry up and get her furniture home. Oh my gosh, how many times have I had to put up with pushy women? Sorry, I don't know if there's any of my subscribers out there that are women, and I don't mean to offend, but the reality is that I've spent all my life trying to keep women happy, whether it's at home or at work. And believe me, you women, you want your stuff now. And it takes time to do what I do, You don't just, when I'm building a sofa or reupholstering or doing that, I mean, there's a lot of labor involved in from A to Z there. Y'all think I just, got a genie in a bottle somewhere that I can snap my finger and get it out like you do having someone change your spark plugs in your car. Just don't work that way. Why don't y'all tell me how y'all like this format? I really want to do a lot of these videos while I'm sitting here, actually doing my retirement stuff. Instead of just sitting, in a room, talking to you from a chair, or walking, in the park, which I'll do, those too. Anytime something's on my mind, I'm just gonna start blurting out, and, I don't really make a plan, for any of this stuff. Uh-oh, what did I just do? I hit the motor, okay. Well, but I like to spend a lot of time here on the lake, fishing, and, there's a lot of dead time here that I could just be sitting here, mumbling about my retirement, if y'all want to hear it, while you're watching me maybe catch a fish. That's kind of a little bonus, I would think. I mean, I don't know if, how many of y'all care anything about fishing, but at least it's not as boring as watching somebody sit there and, and talk to you from a chair, or while you're, walking, because you never know what's going to happen. When I'm sitting here casting and flapping my jaws, all of a sudden you could see something, wow, boom, Mother Nature out here. We're out in nature. And nature is one of the, one of the big perks in my retirement, is being out in it. Oh, no, just hung in the grass. So, I intend to spend a lot of time out here, and there's no reason y'all can't too. Whether you're my catfishing buddies or just somebody wanting to talk to someone, hear someone flap about their retirement, I can kind of take care of both here. Thought there's a stump. I went right over there. This has got a heavy hitter right here. Come on. That just looked like a beautiful gap. I just went by a stump and didn't see it, but oh well. But yeah, I'm going to start trying to think of subjects, to bring up, that are interesting, and just kind of bloviate out here, and y'all can listen and give me your opinions in the comments. Am I doing this right, doing this wrong? Right here is what's great about retirement. Not a single other boat on the lake. Well, so far this first day of retirement is working out pretty darn good. Showed up here at the lake. I'm the only one here. And Monday morning, everybody else must be at work. Poor things.